Good morning again to everybody. Crossing this morning. It's delightful to have the opportunity to say hello to everybody. It's 22 degrees here in my office here this morning. Beautiful morning, Friday. Just realized that we're now in mid-August, so it's 5 months since we had to close our churches. 5 months with, as Wordsworth might say, with the length of 5 long winters. It strikes me every so often nowadays that when we get back together again, will I remember everybody's name? It'd be almost like moving back to a new parish for some reason. Hopefully, I will remember. It's getting more difficult as we get a bit older, of course. Anyway, that's for now. As always, we want to remember all who are unwell and isolated and lonely at this time. Plenty of names on our newsletter, so we all know some of them. So let's take a moment just to remember somebody this morning who is unwell. And to remember also those who have died recently. Remember especially Eileen Amundsen from Bentley, who has died. And all those whose anniversaries are at this time, that they're all with the Lord, with you, Lord, in light, in happiness and peace. Deacon Tony informed me during the week that he has sent his retirement to Bishop Peter, and he tells me, Bishop Peter has accepted your retirement, Tony. That came out of the blue to me, really. But that's what 5 months of isolation does to us. We rethink our lives for the present and into the future. So I want to take the opportunity, Tony, to say my thanks and thanks to the island for your ministry as deacon, not just in matters liturgical, for which you are always very careful and precise, but also for the many unseen acts of kindness that you have performed, both you and Jenny actually, in visiting people who are isolated and lonely and sick. No doubt the 5 months, it has given us all time to reflect on life. And as you say, Tony, in your letter, that you haven't found life as deacon easy. But then we're all in that state. We're all in that state mode as well, of course, I think. And hopefully, Tony, at some stage we all get back together again. It'll be good for you to give us your reflection on your time as deacon. And I appreciate also, of course, didn't realize that you were actually 877, Tony. And I know also that you and Jenny are experiencing family health issues as well, for which we want to keep you in prayer. We hope that you will continue to be active members of the Clongevney community. I know that you will be. So again, Tony, our thanks. Thank you. Opening churches. 2 of our churches have now been sanctioned by the bishop for private prayer as Bentley and Holyhead. So I want to take the opportunity of thanking those of you who were able to accommodate that opening, by view of stewarding and cleaning and signage and all sorts of things. They're the only 2 churches we asked, because we felt that, I think I've talked with people, and that we didn't think that either Amlach and Menabridge, with all its steps up to them, was going to be suitable. And also it was considered that Beaumaris, Clongevney and Rossniger weren't suitable either for various reasons. So there you go, and that's where we're at with opening of churches at the moment. We're not doing any masses for now. Streaming. If we haven't streamed mass across this island, There's only two people to blame for that, Father Frank and myself. We took the decision that there were ample opportunities for people to be with streaming Mass across any part of the world for the last 5 months. And we said that we would prefer to do a little video clip to say hello to people every week, the context of our life at the moment. But we are making preparations for streaming when people return to church, because when normality gets resumed, there's one definite thing, that there's going to be a lot of people who will not, for various reasons, not come back to church. And therefore streaming, it's likely we'll do it from Holyhead, because it's going to have the biggest community there when they go down to, they're talking about going down to one Sunday Mass there. It'll cost money, everything costs money, and there's a long article there on this week's newsletter about streaming, so you can read it up for yourselves. The Feast of the Assumption is this Sunday. Father Frank has a lovely homily about the Assumption Feast Day in the newsletter this week. It was defined as a dogma of the Church in 1950 by Pope Pius XII. The document simply says that at the end of her life, Mary was taken body and soul back to God. There's nothing in the scriptures, Gospels, about the end of Mary's life. That's a dogma that's defined since 1950. Before I finish, might I just say a word of thanks to Pauline for how she keeps the website up to date, and those who edit and distribute the newsletters by email or by post, which is done every week, and our thanks to people for all of that as well. So I'm going to leave you now, and here's hoping that everybody will have a good week, that we all stay safe and well and positive about life, and we ask God's blessing upon all of us at this time, blessing the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. See you next time. Bye.